everyone, I'm here with Peg from the Bee's Knees. You know what? I'm already overstimulated because I want to buy everything, and it just feels good in here. Peg, I need you to tell me basically about every single thing is in here. What sets you apart from any other like eco-friendly general store, let's say?
Well, I would hazard a guess that we're probably the only eco-friendly general store in Newfoundland and Labrador.
I would agree.
What sets us apart? Well, the focus in the store is we start local, so we bring in products made by local makers as much as we can, and then we start spreading ourselves out. So we've got lots of things from Newfoundland and Labrador, we got lots of things from Atlantic Canada, from other parts of Canada, and then we start expanding into the horizons of products that we can't get locally, but we make sure that those are sustainably sourced, or eco-friendly, and that the people who are making them, we know who they are, we can trace who they are.
I think that's so important, and Peg, I think you're a little bit ahead of the game. I think eventually, if stores are falling behind in that sense, that they may choose this type of shopping, and I want to say that like kind of like an ethical mindset when it comes to your shopping. Would you say that you're a little bit ahead of the game when it comes to that stuff?
I wouldn't say that I'm ahead of it. I think that I was part of pushing it. You know, I certainly didn't invent eco-friendly shopping, and so I thought, okay, we can do that. We can create a business that employs local people, that supports the local makers market, maker industry, and also make a living. And so that's why we did the Bee's Knees.
I think that's really important, and I think in society today, in the world of the internet and everything happening so fast and how things are exposed all the time, I think having something like this that may, you know, be a little bit more effort when it comes to sourcing. The price may be a little bit in comparison to the competitor, but I think at the end of the day, what you're doing in the long run is so important. If people, and more every day, people are getting on board with that type of mindset.
Yeah.
So that's really, really exciting. Maybe you can point out a few of your favorite things that you're really loving lately. Yeah, let's do a little tour. How about that?
Well, let's start up here at the top. This is a new product that we just started carrying. And it's
Kelp?
Kelp from Newfoundland.
Interesting.
And so this is the Alaria Seaweed Salad, and it's made in Portugal called St. Philip.
Wow.
And yeah, it's
so you eat that?
Yep. So you would rehydrate it.
So almost like in a maybe like a wonton soup, or
in a salad.
Love that. Okay,
Yeah,
I love
soup,
that.
Salad, yeah, wherever you wanted to put it. And this is a great product. This is dried Kombu kelp powder.
Nice.
And this is great. I've been using this in making dry rubs for chicken and pork.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's a culinary.
Does it have is it like a savory flavor to it?
Yeah, there's a little bit of, you can taste the ocean on it, but it's not really overpoweringly fishy or
flavorful in that sense.
It's a plant. So that's a new product. We're very happy to have that. This is also from Newfoundland. This is dried mushrooms, and they do. This is an alder pepper. So they take alders, grind it up, and make a nice little pepper.
Oh my God, that's so cool. There. Sweet, tangy heat. Oh, that's like a habanero.
Yeah, so that's got buckthorn and habanero hot sauce.
Oh my God, amazing.
Which is great. More here, and this is Sean, who's part of this Barking Kettle crowd, with his Forager's Dinner book, and that's published by our local publisher, Breakwater.
Nice, wow.
And that's been a bestseller. That came out about a year ago.
I've seen that around, honestly, that's amazing. And I've seen Sean at a couple of like the farmers markets and stuff. That's just so great that we're really channeling what we have right in front of us.
Absolutely.
I love that.
And in many ways, it started with you know, that sort of revitalization of the food industry here, the restaurant industry. Yeah. When you look at Todd Perrin and
Raymond's.
Yeah, like, you know, they've started sort of looking at what do we eat and what can we get locally. Yeah. And how important that is to be eating local game and local vegetables and So this is another great product.
I love this. I was eyeing this.
So if you like mushrooms, I love mushrooms.
I love mushrooms.
And you know how expensive it is, for instance, to buy oyster mushrooms or shiitake mushrooms.
It's crazy.
And grow your own.
Wow.
Right.
What kind of environment do I need?
Just on your kitchen counter.
Stop it.
Your kitchen counter. That's all you need.
I can grow my own mushrooms in my kitchen.
You can. This is a Black King oyster. They also do a yellow oyster, a brown oyster, a pink oyster, and a lion's mane.
A pink oyster. And then I can forage in my own kitchen?
You can.
That's amazing.
You'll get enough out of your first flush of this for a substantial meal. Wow. I grew one. I did the lion's mane, and I had No, I did shiitake, and I put them in a stir fry, and then I've got it put away. I actually got to take it out today now, 2 weeks, and rehydrate it, and I'm going to get a second flush, and I may get up to 4 flushes.
Are you serious?
With that.
Out of the one kit?
Yep.
Wow.
So
I love that.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And local, we've got, this is from the Saucy Newfoundland Company on the west coast of the island.
Nice.
This is by far the best pickled mustard sauce you're going to find anywhere.
Oh my God.
We can't keep this in storage. You
I'm
can
gonna
see, I
get
think
it.
I only got 2 of those here in the store now.
Oh my Lord.
They do some hot sauces, the blueberry balsamic.
Yum.
So that's a perennial favorite. We bring in coffee from the Grossmorn Coffee Roasters
Love
out in Grossmorn. This is the Newfoundland Seasonings, is a local product as well. The Bonavista Sea Salt, Newfoundland Salt Company.
So when these companies and you white guys find each other, how do you find each other? How does this happen?
Well,
where you connect?
we go looking. We're constantly searching for great local products.
Yep.
Sometimes they're coming to us and it's like, oh, great, I didn't know about you. Fabulous. Let's bring it in. This is Tux honey from Central Newfoundland from out in Grand Falls. This is also a local product. This is beautiful. This is our honey pot.
Oh, so you put the honey in there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This is from Cup.
I don't think I've ever seen one.
So this comes with your little wooden honey dipper.
So cute.
So you can pour your honey into here, keep it on your countertop, and you've got a beautiful
And you
locally
even
made.
see people making those small changes, even with honey or natural sugar, opposed to the
Processed
refined
white
stuff.
refined
yeah,
sugar.
yeah.
Yeah,
So you
absolutely.
see, I really do feel like collectively, society is really trying to make a shift in this way.
totally.
And I think more of this stuff needs to be accessible. There's one thing though, because we talked a little bit about China and our relationship with China, and a lot of people are now, well, if it comes from China, I don't want it. Because there is a little sense of ignorance if you don't have a lot of education on how things get to our door or our table, and you want to make a difference, you're going to look at things, especially with our relationship within China, and you're going to say, well, if it's not made here, I don't want to purchase it. But there are some things that came from China, even in this store.
Yep.
So maybe show us that and tell us a little bit about how that kind of works.
So one of the companies that we deal with is Onyx, and they do a bunch of stainless steel products, and they're food grade stainless steel. This is a double layer sandwich box.
Sweet.
But this company, when they started, they needed to find a manufacturer that had the capacity to do this, had access to the steel, and then the processing ability. So they went around, they actually traveled to China, they went and they found this small factory in one of the smaller provinces in China. It's a small family-owned factory, and they put right on their thing, made responsibly in China.
I love that.
And they visit that factory routinely.
Yep.
Well, they did before this year.
Of course.
But they will again, and so they make these great reusable, sustainable products. So rather than
I love how
using
thin they are.
rather than using plastic Ziploc bags to take your sandwich to school or work, you can put your salad in there. You can have your sandwich in the top, or you can have your carrot sticks in the top, and
I think that's really important because we do need these relationships. We are all on this planet together, and I think at the end of the day, most of us want this planet to be around for a long time.
Yeah, and we have some big problems here with climate change and the lack of leadership from our governments around the world.
Absolutely. So maintaining those relationships and being, putting that on the container, it says made responsibly in China, I think that's huge. I think every brand in here has a story behind it, and it's ethically sourced, and you can feel good when you purchase it.
That's our goal, is to make things that people can feel good about purchasing, and can use over and over again. As opposed to that single-use world that we've just become so accustomed to. It's shifting.
We need more Peg. We need more. There's just so much in here that I need to see. We're going to take a quick little break and check out some of the home products. Okay, so we're back with Peg, and she's going to show us a few things that we can use in our homes that are more sustainable, and I'm already obsessing over everything. So let's go have a look. So tell me a little bit about this stuff. It looks very interesting, especially this giant block of soap. What is on the go here? I love it.
So this is sort of our kitchen area. So the soap is from France. It uses a recipe that's been used for hundreds of years.
Wow.
600 grams olive oil, pure 72% olive oil. And so this is great. You put it on your kitchen sink, on a saucer. You use your scrub brush, you wet that, you rub it on that, and you scrub your dirty dishes.
I'm buying that.
This has a replaceable head, so
Love that.
when the head wears out, then you can, where are they? They're here somewhere. Oh, right
I
here.
saw them, yeah.
You can buy the replacement head.
Nice.
So you're not throwing out.
Such a good price.
Yep.
Such a good price.
So and
Such a good price.
this is so good for not only your dishes but also your skin. You can even use this to wash yourself. Okay.
Yeah, love that.
All kinds of bottle brushes. These are kitchen scrubbers. These are made from walnut shells.
What way when walnut shells?
Walnut shells.
So they crush them up?
Yep. So they use the shells. So imagine if you're in the business of or growing and packaging walnuts.
Yeah. Wow. How
What do you do
could
with the
branch
shells?
off?
There you go.
That's incredible.
Caps for mason jars. So if you want to use a mason jar for putting in your hand soap,
That is
pumps
so
and sprayers.
cool. That is so neat.
Yeah, this is a great one. This is a stainless
I
steel
love
pump.
that.
And then you can use that on a larger bottle or, cut that off and put it on a smaller
Smaller bottle.
250 ml mason jar, put it in your bathroom
So
for your
cool.
hand soap.
Oh, look at these.
Those are great because
Classic.
they're classic. They,
I love that.
They're less likely to break than the ones that have the springs in them.
Yeah.
They'll last for years.
Reminds me of my grandma. Love them. Okay, what else do we have over here? Maybe in this corner.
So we also have a lot of things for kids.
Yeah.
We've got lots of books and games and toys that are.
Puzzles are cute too.
Yeah, the
vintage-
puzzles are great. Puzzles they're 1,000. They're not so much for kids as the big.
Are they 1,000 pieces?
1,000 pieces.
Holy moly! I would look at that and just
And they're all
probably need
made
a nap.
from they're all the vintage images from the company that does these great posters.
I love that.
So they're actually gift wrap, but most people buy them as a poster.
That's so
really,
cool.
really good quality paper. But all of the toys for kids are also, they're made with woods that are, and paints that are, non-toxic, and woods are from sustainably forested areas. We've got these great little mobiles.
I love that.
Yeah, and we just got in a new selection of, these are all made by a guy named Ray. He's in
Ray's
Ontario.
birdhouses. Wow.
And he uses burn boards. Wow. So he's collecting stuff, and it's all upcycled materials, old tin. So there's different sizes of houses depending on what type of bird you're trying to attract. This is a butterfly
no
house.
way.
There's a bat box here somewhere.
Stop it. That's
This is
super
you
cool.
put peanuts in and stick out in the garden. The blue jays love peanuts.
Think about how happy Ray would be if you bought one of his. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's really special about it. It's like I could see Ray being so happy to
Absolutely.
sell some of these that he's put so much work into.
Yep.
Super cool.
Inch it a little bit. Yep.
Super cool. I love it. I love.
And
Okay.
this is Turkish cotton.
Ooh.
Again, sustainably sourced.
Oh, that's
Turkish cotton by
so
its very
nice.
nature is organic.
Yeah.
It's super absorbent. And the more you wash it, the softer it gets.
It's so soft already.
And because it's such a great fiber, it dries a lot faster than a large terry towel, for instance. So if you're using an electric dryer, if you're drying these towels, they'll dry a hell of a lot faster than a large terry towel. So you're saving energy that way and using less resources.
Peg, you're good.
And
so good.
they also do those robes over there from the same company.
Beautiful. I love it's like almost like a linen.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
It's
material.
soft.
The robes are part Turkish cotton and bamboo fiber.
Oh my God, it's incredible. This feels amazing.
Yeah, and then we do a whole selection of personal care stuff. So
Love.
hand soaps and soap bars and bath bombs from East Coast Glow, and they're out in Bonavista, Vista, of course.
Amazing. I absolutely love everything in here. Super cool. Can we talk about these giant balls?
Let me tell you about my giant balls.
Please. I've been dying to hear.
Your balls aren't as big as my balls.
No, unfortunately, they're not. Yes.
You know about dryer balls?
I've heard about them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wool dryer balls. They've been
All I
around-
know is they're like dunk, 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 dunk,
No,
dunk,
no,
dunk,
that's
dunk.
the hard plastic ones.
Okay.
These are wool dryer balls. So
Ooh.
they've been on the market for a long time. A lot of people are doing them, but they're mostly baseball size.
Yep.
And what they're intended to do is replace dryer sheets. So they reduce static and they help to speed up the drying process in your dryer. So again, reducing the amount of time that your dryer is running.
Yeah.
This dryer ball, it's Canadian wool, made in Vancouver. She sources wool from all over the country.
Wow.
The difference between the baseball-sized wool dryer balls and muskrat balls is the size.
Wow.
And so you use all three at the one time.
Wow.
You put them in your dryer on auto, so you don't use the time setting, you use the sensor.
Okay.
So that the dryer, when the moisture level in the dryer has gotten to the level that is required
Yeah, it
for
stops.
you, it will turn the dryer off.
Right.
You don't use fabric softener in the dryer, you don't use it in your wash. The reason why I call them muskrat balls is because by the time Muskrat Balls comes online, you will be very happy to have your dryer running up to 50% less.
This
And
is great.
That's what this will do.
Big.
So they do it by creating more airspace in the dryer so the clothes tumble more efficiently.
Wow.
But they also absorb moisture.
That is so funny. I'm want to cry. That's actually really funny because it's very true. We're all going to be looking for ways to save
Absolutely.
money on energy when that maybe happens. Who
Yeah, and you
knows?
think about, your electric dryer is second only to your water heater in energy consumption in your house.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing
you.
this with us.
Yeah.
Can you tell us where we can find you?
We're physically located at 199 Water Street, but at the beginning of the pandemic, we switched from having 0 online presence to being fully online. So
Wow.
you can find all of our products on our website, our online shop, and that's thebeeskneesstore.com. We're also on Facebook, so you can find us through there or Instagram.
Awesome.
And we're open for in-store shopping, and we also do curbside pickup still, and we ship Canada-wide.
Awesome. Peg, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate you. I love this today. I'm so
good.
glad I'm
I'm so
here.
happy.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. I'm very happy that you were able to drop by.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Welcome back to Yes By, your local summer guide for shopping. I am beyond excited to be here today at Saltwater Designs. We're gonna look at clothes, we're gonna eat some ice cream, we're gonna talk about wholesale. So let's go check it out. So guys, I am beyond excited to be here today at Saltwater Designs with Caitlin, the owner. I have been just obsessed with this place ever since I really discovered it. And Caitlin, I just want to chat with you. I need to know, first of all, how did this get started? Where did the idea come from? How did it get here?
Okay, so basically I was on maternity leave with my daughter. She was like 7 months old, and my husband was working away in Alberta. And basically I need a hobby. So I'm super like I need to be doing something all the time. So basically I started making shirts for myself and her, just like so we could match and like do that home mom and baby matching thing. And then the people from my mom group started asking like, where did you get these? Could you make them for us or whatever? And then their friends and family started asking, and then I made a Facebook page, then I made a website, then we opened our first store across the parking lot, then we opened this store.
Wow.
Now we have a warehouse.
So it's really almost like an organic growth in that sense. It really came from your heart and your soul instead of like, this is a business, it's a business right off the bat,
it was never
right?
intended to even be what it is. Like, I still say that, I'm like, I still don't know how this all happened.
Yeah.
It went from just me in my basement, like tripping over boxes and everything, to now this big store. We have almost 25 employees. We have a warehouse offsite where we have like 4 full-time employees over there.
That's incredible.
We have the store, the ice cream store, so it all kind of happened really fast because this was only 3 years ago.
That's insane. It's only been 3 years. That is just wild how quickly and exponentially things have grown for you. So do you find now that as the business is growing, you're able to kind of branch out and do some different things? Like you mentioned the creamery, and you also do some custom print work, is that right?
Yeah, so we've gotten into a lot of like wholesale work. We do a lot of printing, like batch printing for like different businesses, like a lot of salons, like I don't know, we deal with a lot of different business owners who are kind of like looking for like a more personal touch, and they also really want to like work with someone local.
Yeah. So for the people who don't say they've never heard of Saltwater Designs, how could you wrap it up in a couple sentences of what that is, like what the brand is? And I know that's really
That's
hard
hard.
because it's growing.
Yeah.
But like, say someone was like, what is Saltwater Designs? Would you be like an apparel or like a novelty store?
Yeah, so I mean, like what we're most known for is our like Newfoundland inspired sayings on shirts. So like people know us for like the saucy and the shrill and the silk shirts. And then most recently, like the Hold Fast design, we
That's
did that.
huge, yeah.
And like Dr. Fitzgerald was one of the first people to get it.
I have goosebumps. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was so cool. It blew up. People loved it.
Yeah.
So that went really well, but people really just, you know, that's what they see us for, as like the kind of like the place to shop if you're looking for like a cool Newfoundland souvenir.
Yeah, which is very hard
Yeah.
to find, because for those of you who aren't really familiar with Newfoundland, you know, we have a unique culture, and
Yeah.
now being able to kind of take that and make it something that's more mainstream and modern, I don't think has been very easy, but now we're here, and I think people are super proud to represent
They
their
really
province.
are.
And wear something that you would actually wear out. Because
People
that
are
was the
so
thing,
proud,
you'd have
yeah.
Newfoundland stuff, but you wouldn't really wear it.
Because it's like a souvenir, like museum type,
You kind of took that and
you
like
know.
turned it into
So it's like people wear it as
something.
like fashion now.
Yeah.
You know, and they pair it with like, well, crew necks are super trendy right now anyways, but
And then you have a lot of gift items here too, right?
So people can come in and get like, you know, crew neck for a friend or whatever, but then they can still shop like different little add-ons for gifts. So one-stop shopping.
What's really popular now too are kind of like Instagrammable dessert treats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I heard that you have something called here, of course, your Saltwater Creamery, which is a new add-on. First, tell me a little bit about that, and then tell me about the products that are bringing people in.
Okay, so it's been kind of like a childhood dream to have an ice cream store. I worked.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, no. I worked in an ice cream store when I was a teenager at like a campground we used to go to, and I did like frozen yogurt at a boutique I worked at. So it was kind of something I was like, that'd be so cool. Like,
You're like, I know this.
Yeah,
I know this
I know how to do this. Yeah, exactly. That was obviously a bit more difficult than just like buying an ice cream machine. Like those things are expensive. You don't realize.
Yeah.
But I like always kind of wanted to have that, and then sort of moving into this bigger space, we had a bit more space to be able to put an ice cream store in there. So that's kind of what we did.
I love it.
Yeah, no, it's been just moving.
I love that. So maybe we'll go over there and we'll check out some of the things that you can offer us over there. Awesome. Let's go. So we are in the creamery. I'm very excited. I've been thinking about this all day long, okay? It's super bright. Whether or not the weather is good, because we all know what summers here in Newfoundland are like. This space is super bright, it's super open, it's welcoming. Caitlin, what are people coming in here for? What do they want?
Okay, so our #1 seller is definitely the Dippin' Dots. That's huge. We are the only place in St. John's right
So
now.
what is a Dippin' Dot? No, yeah, just I'm like, what are the Dippin' Dots?
It's actually like, it's like frozen at a really low temperature, so like -40 or something.
Okay.
So you wouldn't even be able to like take it home because it would melt in a normal freezer. They're little tiny balls of ice cream. People are like, I'm not sure if these are gonna be good, and then they have tried them and they're like amazing. They love them.
Yeah, and then there's something else people are dying for. What is it?
So the Dole Whip is huge. Obviously, most people have heard of that from like Disney.
Okay.
But now it's here in St. John's.
So that's what I've heard a lot about this Dole Whip, which is basically, I think, super popular in Disney World, Disneyland.
Yeah, it's dairy and gluten-free, cholesterol-free, fat-free.
Wow. You hear that, Newfoundland?
It's not sugar-free,
not sugar-free. Okay. We can't do it all.
But dairy and gluten is the big ones that people are kind of like, you know, they're like, do you have any dairy and gluten-free? And that's like the #1 option.
It's so important.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, we do want everyone to feel welcome, like as much as we can, if we can do that.
Absolutely.
And so then there's Dole Whip, which is super popular, and we've got the bubble teas, which we're getting a lot of people coming in for. I wasn't sure.
So that's like the jelly balls in the bottom of like
the
a cold
boba.
tea?
Yeah. So it's like a shaken on ice, or you can get it like blended with ice.
Oh my God. Okay, so we're gonna try all of them.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Similar.
It's a bit more subtle, I think, but it'd be along the same
Okay, we're
lines.
gonna do birthday cake.
It's one of the newest flavors for summer.
Woo! Okay, guys, this is my first time. Okay, I'm a big texture person. I love how it's crunchy and small and cold and like these little balls. A little hint of sweetness, but it starts to immediately melt in your mouth and it releases the flavors. Can you tell I'm a foodie? I love more of these, please. Okay, so if you're on social media and you follow Saltwater Designs, even if you don't, you know what Dole Whip is. I've heard so much about it over the last couple of months, and I have been just dying to try it. Can you tell I'm excited? We're gonna try it right now. Okay, I'm too excited. It's too pretty to even like lick. Okay, so we have what looks like strawberry. What do we have? Strawberry and vanilla? Yeah. Love. Okay, you ready? I'm going for it. Go for it. Oh my God. Oh my God, okay, bye. Ooh. Okay, so, you know, this is called Dole Whip, and you kind of think pineapple, but we just tried the strawberry. And just tell me, Caitlin, how do the flavors work? How does that go?
Okay, so we've usually got 2 on tap, basically, and they kind of switch out based on like availability. So like, you know, we'll do like pineapple for a week, and then we might switch to like orange, and then we might do strawberry, raspberry,
Just to keep
lime,
it
lemon.
kinda fresh.
There's like 8 flavors, so
Yeah.
we kind of want, like, people want to try it all.
Yeah.
So we just alternate based on,
I like that. It makes it a little bit more like exclusive in the
Yeah.
sense that like it's let's face it, if something's available all the time, you kind of take it for granted.
Yeah, yeah.
So it makes it a little bit special, switches it up.
Right, because then when you come in, it's going to be like a different flavor.
Yeah, this is really amazing. I think you have something really, really special here. I want to thank you for myself and Roger for having us here today. And
Thanks so
I
much for
really
coming.
wish you all the success in the world because you're going to do it. Thank you.
Yeah, but you know you and I were born to fly. Get going, what you waiting for? Yeah, you can have it all, What you waiting for? Yeah, you can have it all. The choice is yours. Get going, what you waiting for?
The following program is brought to you by Rogers Anyplace TV. Enjoy exclusive content